Pitch football, we just witnessed Brentford's 5-2 win over Leeds. Huge result for Brentford. Mark, how are you feeling right now?
Very good, very happy, satisfied. It was a hell of a performance out there, not only in the first half but the second half as well, and I think Brentford dominated and definitely deserved the win.
Were Leeds exceptionally poor or were Brentford exceptionally good today, Mark?
I just think Brentford were exceptionally good. Leeds came with a game plan, we had a game plan as well, we cancelled their one out. I'm not saying Leeds are a poor side at all, and I think they've got, they'll have a good season. Yeah. They've got some half-decent players out there, but today Brentford just played them off the park. As they seem to be doing in almost every game we're playing at the moment. We're competing, which is good, but we're also getting the rub of the green as well. And we're putting the ball in the back of the net, and that's important.
You've got the team playing as a unit. Since the departure of Ericsson and it being the second season in the Premier League, a lot of people predicted Brentford will find it hard this year. On today's showing, do you think you've got enough to stay strong in the Premier League and maybe have that eye on a mid-table finish?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously Ericsson was pivotal in our season last season, especially towards the end when he was in the side. He's now gone, and it seems that we've picked up the mantle of what he's left behind, and players are really now playing to, if you like, their potential, and the whole team is playing to its potential. Yeah, it would have been nice to see Ericsson stay, but he didn't. He's moved on. We've moved on as well, and now the team, and I think Thomas knows his side and his squad better than anybody else, and now he's getting those boys to believe in themselves and play as a unit rather than individuals. You can't pick a man of the match out of that side today. Every single player is playing to their potential, but playing as a team, and that's the difference.
Quite finally, how good is Ivan Toney? How important is he to this Brentford side?
I think Ivan's very important. He's because obviously he's our focal point of our attack, but he also wants the ball. He brings other people into the play. You see today he's got a hat-trick. Cracking free kick, gets a penalty, his normal penalty, and a nice bit of individualism for the winning goal. Ivan is very, very important because he fits into the Brentford way of playing. He fits exactly as it is. I'm not saying that we've ever built a team around him, but you could say, yeah, we could easily build a side. When he's not there, though, we'll play players in that position, and the whole side will not change the way they're playing. But Ivan is, he's terrific. He's good, he's strong, he holds the balls up well, he knows where the goal is. But his all-round play has improved so much, I think, over the last 6 to 9 months as well.
Yeah, Brentford, they've got a lot of local fans. A lot of people grow up supporting the Bees and have followed them through the divisions. What does it mean to you to be a Brentford fan, Mark?
Bloody hell, it's being a Brentford fan. I've been coming to watch Brentford for very close on 50 years. So for me, it's everything. My children come with me, my young children, my oldest son as well. It's part of my DNA, and it will never go away. Long may it continue.
Pitch football, we just witnessed a 5-2 victory over Leeds. Can you give me your instant reaction to the game, fella?
Crikey, what a game. It was end to end, first half and second half. Leeds played their part, Brentford took their chances. Toney, fantastic. That free kick was unbelievable, out of this world. He should be playing for England.
How important is Toney to this Brentford team, to this system, sir?
We need him so badly. He not only scores goals, he makes goals. He's a leader, and he's really, really important to Brentford. I'm so glad he stayed in the transfer window.
I was going to say, are you surprised that some of the bigger clubs haven't come sniffing around him, in particular with his form in the Premier League?
I'm extremely surprised. Yeah, we've heard rumours of maybe Chelsea interested, but we want to keep him. I mean, has he got 2 years left of his contract still, I believe? So, yeah, we want to keep him. He's well worth it.
With Ericsson's departure and that dreaded second season in the Premier League, how do you reckon you've got on so far initially?
We've started a little bit slow, but we picked up points, a lot of draws, and we won today. Took us up to 7th, I believe, which is great. And we're looking good. I think we're okay for possibly better than last season. We finished about 13th, I believe. We'll get better than that.
I think the recruitment's been key to the form so far early on, the players that they've brought in.
Yeah, they've done well. I think they brought Damsgaard in. He's been excellent today as well. So, yeah, I agree. We've done well. We haven't overspent as well.
Saw Damsgaard get his first appearance today. He looks like a real player. Are you glad that they've brought him in?
Yeah, he's sharp. He's on the tackle, I noticed that. And he's quick and got a lot of skill. So, yeah, I think it's a good buy. £12 million is a bargain.
Pitch football, we've just witnessed a 5-2 victory over Leeds. Amazing result for Brentford. Fellas, give me your first-hand reaction to the game.
Yeah, it was a really interesting game. Tactically, from the start, I thought it was very interesting where we set up. I think that we really invited them to come on to us for about 35 yards out from our goal. I was a bit worried about that, to be honest. But we're very strong on the counter, and we've got a lot of pace, and we've got very technically capable players. And it's obviously paid off very well today. I think by the time we come out 10 minutes into the second half, I think we'd pretty much killed the game off in terms of mentality. They're always a danger, Leeds, but I think our quality this season showed today, and I think we'll carry on growing.
Draw last week, a win this week, picking up a bit of momentum. Do you think the new players are starting to gel?
Yeah, I think they are, and I think the one thing that any Brentford fan will tell you over the last 5 years is that the type of players we sign, they don't come in and they don't hit the ground running necessarily straight away, but after half a season they seem irreplaceable. So the fact that we're winning 5-2 and still you're looking at some of the new signings we've got and thinking they could do better is just exciting. And on last week, I think that every draw we've had this season we probably should have won by 3 or 4 goals, and we will do. So that will come.
Ivan Toney smashing the back of the net today, hat-trick in superb form. Are you surprised that some of the bigger clubs haven't come sniffing around Ivan Toney?
Go on, you take that one.
Not really. I think they know, the bigger clubs, that we have a talent on our hands. We deserve that talent. They got to come in with some serious big bucks. We're not like a little club anymore that anyone can just pick him up on the cheap. We're fighting ourselves. We want top half. We want more than top half. A couple of years' time, pushing Europe, easy. But they got to come with, we're talking 80 million, 90 million for a player that quality. We're not in a position where we have to sell, so we won't sell.
Everybody in the Premier League with that history has feared the second season. With what arguably was your probably most high-profile player in Ericsson leaving last season, are you worried? Are you sort of concerned about this season more than say last season?
Not to be honest, and I think anyone who's not familiar with Brentford and our ownership, they need to go and look at Midtjylland in Denmark, where Matthew Benham's taken them up from the lower leagues and now they're playing Champions League football. All right, there's a second season thing, but we're not a second season club. Like our ownership will be looking at 5-10 years from now. Like, we're not asked about 2 seasons. We don't care about that. Like, we'll have a look. Talk to us in 3-4 seasons, and we'll be looking at hopefully 7 and up.
Do you think mid-table is a realistic aspiration then for Brentford for this season?
In what time frame?
In this season, do you think that will be attainable?
Yeah, I think so. And I think, to be honest, you look at the standard of the Premier League now and the teams that are playing. You know, like, look at Brighton. Brighton are 4th now, and they look value for money. I don't think this is. It's not about. This league now is probably about a top 4, and then anything down from that is all to play for.
Love that. Proud to be a Brentford fan.
Absolutely, always have been.
Herald of Pitch Football, we just witnessed Brentford's 4-2 victory over Leeds. Great game. Give me your instant reaction.
Northern bastards!
We hate Leeds. Do you know what? We've come a long way from the bottom to the top, and now we're here. We're going to stay here forever. That's it. We love BFC. We love BFC.
What does it mean to see Brentford taking care of teams like Leeds at home in the Premier League?
Smashed it, mate.
Well, what it is, right? We come a long way. Brentford's a lovely community team. All the family, everyone gets involved, and that's where we succeed. Do you know what I mean? We've got Tony up front and Burmo, who are you? And that's it. Simple as that.
Well done, mate. Well done.
How satisfied are you with Brentford this season? You've had a draw and a win in your last 2 games. How satisfied are you?
I'm satisfied that they've always pulled through from losing 1-0 down and then always coming through last minute, and that's what there's drive and success. That's all they do. They're just in the training team. That's all they do. They keep going and keep going. When they're down, they keep ploughing on. That's all it is.
Brentford got a lot of local support. A lot of local people come out and support the club. What does it mean to you to be a Brentford fan?
Well, I can't say, because I've been B since I was a kid, and that's why I am. Here. Oh, we ain't Leeds. Unlucky lads. We kept you up last season, though, didn't we?
Kept you up last season. Sit head.
Cheerio.
Cheerio, cheerio. Cheerio, cheerio, cheerio.
Beats BFC. Be lucky, mate. Love ya.
Lovely. Pitch Football, Brentford 5, Leeds 2. Sir, may I ask your instant reaction to the game? How do you assess that?
They were brilliant today. Ivan Toney up front was fantastic. I still think they could perhaps tighten up at the back a bit, but when we go forwards, they're unstoppable.
Picking up momentum, a draw last week, a huge win this week against Leeds. That second season syndrome seems to be a thing of myth.
Yeah, it is with this side. They'll be a lot mid-table at worst, I would think. Yeah.
Since the departure of Ericsson and the players they've brought in, they've become a stronger unit, Brentford.
I think they're a better team.
Really?
Because I think everything had to go through Ericsson. And I think Jansen's stepped up to the mark. and he gets involved more in the defensive element of the scene.
You mentioned Tony's goals again today. Fantastic. He's been vital and pivotal to the team's success. Are you quite surprised that one of the bigger clubs hasn't come sniffing around Tony?
Definitely. Yeah, I'd have thought when you see what they're paying for some of these untried players in the league, he'd have been on everybody's wish list.
Yeah, but their loss is Brentford's gain.
Yeah, exactly.
So you reckon mid-table this season, Tony can fire Brentford up the league?
I think so, yeah.
Pitch football, we've just witnessed Brentford's massive victory over Leeds in the Premier League. Can you give me your instant reaction, Jeff? How do you assess that?
They were brilliant, really good, but a little bit loose up the back. Still gave him too much space. But to watch a hat-trick from Tony, brilliant. Everyone else played well. Good to see Thin Legs Damsgaard in as well. Slimmest legs in football, I think, but shapely.
You mentioned Damsgaard. He's a new signing. How do you think he's settled in so far?
I think it's the first time he's been on the pitch in a proper game. He looked all right. Let's give him a bit of time. But overall, the other signings, I think they've been brilliant. Lee Potter, Hickey, love him. I think he's done some good buying this season. Great manager.
He's used the window very wisely. With Ericsson going out, there was a lot of people questioning what would happen so far this season. How satisfied are you with Brentford's performance thus far?
I'm very satisfied with Brentford's performance. I'm even satisfied that Ericsson left because I think he allowed us to save all the money we were going to pay him. And we've brought in some brilliant players. I think we've just got a great scouting team. I think we've really done well. This is only my third season being a season ticket holder here for 45 years, a Gooner, and I'm so glad I'm here. It's a proper football club.
Well, now on the back of the draw last week and the win this week, picking up a bit of momentum, are you confident that Brentford can do the business in the Premier League and maintain their stature as a Premier League club this year?
Just being a fan, not really knowing that much about the team, all I can say to you is I think he's got a team that's got enough depth that if we get injuries, I think he can keep the momentum going. Even if we've got the Christmas to come, that's always the worst time for any team. If we can get over that, I think we'll be higher than we were last season, and that just gives us a good base for next season as well.
What was the atmosphere like against Leeds today?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's always brilliant atmosphere in there, always is. It's lovely.
Held a pitch football, we've just witnessed Brentford's 5-2 win over Leeds. Massive win, fella. Give me your instant reaction to the game.
I think we just played them out of the park. You know, they weren't the same. They're not the same team, and with the manager being sent off, it just shows you the disarray they're in.
From a Brentford point of view, what went right today? What do you think really worked for Brentford?
I think, as Thomas Frank says, you know, the team play as a unit, and there was no player out there that wasn't playing as part of that unit. Even when he made the substitutes, it was a unit.
Since the departure of Ericsson, a lot of people questioned how they would get on this season. With the players they brought in, do you think they're playing as a stronger unit?
Yes, much definitely. Yeah. Ericsson held us up for what, you know, he played well, but again, when the players came back from injury and what have you, with the Ericsson factor in there, I think it was diluted as to his effect into the team, personally.
We saw Tony's quality, some 3 goals of the highest calibre again today. Are you quite surprised that one of the big boys hasn't tried to lure Tony away and taken a chance on him?
No, I'm not. There's, you know, a lot of the bigger clubs go for foreign players. They ignore our homegrown players, and I think that's Brentford's strength. A few Scandinavian players coming in, but it's the homegrown players that we've got, and the recent signings I think goes to prove that, from Hull, Sampdoria and other teams.
Do you think Brentford recruitment has been high calibre, the players that they've brought in?
Their recruitment's always high calibre. They run the numbers game, and that works well for Brentford, has done for many years.
Picked up a draw last week, a win this week. Yeah, you think Brentford can get a bit of momentum now and start kicking on?
They will kick on. They won't suffer the second season syndrome, as most people predict.
Yes, it is a tough year, the second year in the Premier League, as many teams have found out.
Yeah, too right. Yeah.
Held a pitch football, we've just witnessed Brentford's 5-2 victory over Leeds. Outstanding win for the team. Sir, can I get your initial reaction?
It was a great start. It was really nice to see Brentford at home coming out aggressive right from the off. Too many games recently we've sat back and then had to come back, and we've always looked great at the end, but today to take that initial goal and step ahead, and it was great. And credit to Leeds, they hung in there, they did their thing, they got back into the game, but we always looked like such a great threat. And to for Wisa to get the final goal on his birthday, I think that brilliant end to a great afternoon.
How is it all coming together so quickly for Brentford with the departure of Ericsson and the players that have been brought in? How do you think they're stealing so quickly?
Ericsson was an anomaly. It was great to have him for half a season, and he joined the club because it fit what he needed at that time. Yes. but the club's built on really good foundations, and so him departing, as sad as it was, meant that it didn't shake the foundations, and so the new signings and the players that we had last season have just stepped up and stepped forward.
We saw Damsgaard today, initially the first time I've seen him come on. Do you think he'll be a good asset for Brentford this season?
I think he will. I think it's great he got a few moments on the pitch. That was a tough game to ask him to step into. He's a technical head-up player, and that was a very physical game. He didn't get much time to make an impact when he was on the ball, but I really look forward to watching him have an impact as the season goes forward.
Second season in the Premier League, notoriously a lot difficult than the first season. How confident are you that the boys can get it right this year?
Again, this last season felt that there was a structure that we could kick on from. Yes, when we had the middle of the season and the injuries, we looked at sea. So the extra signings that were made through the summer gave me great confidence that yes, we will have a difficult few games, but the fans will stick behind the team. The fans will stick behind this fantastic manager, setup, ownership, and I have no doubt this is going to be a great season for us.
Quite finally, Ivan Toney hat-trick today. Scintillating form from him already. Are you quite surprised that some of the big clubs haven't taken a chance on Ivan Toney?
Even the home fans, and we all have so much respect for what he can do and how he can change a game, but he does drift in and out of games, and he has had games for us recently where we're questioning whether he has the attitude and the attention when things are not going his way. I think that's played well for us because it's kept him loyal, and he has such an impact, and he can see how strongly the fans feel and want to get behind him and wish him well. I'm delighted that we didn't lose him in the transfer window, and he's such a threat, and I'm not disappointed there's not a striker to come in and challenge him, because I think he needs that support, he needs that backing, and the fans will give it to him.
Love that. So I can't thank you enough for your time. Please download our free app, Pitch Footy. We're also on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all the social media apps, and hopefully we get a chance to converse with yourself on Brentford in the near future. Thank you very much, sir.